champions are ready to enter the arena here in boxing. Please give everyone a warm welcome. This is ISF Women's World Cup Championship.
So DJ Valstad slowly brings down the volume. The flag of the International Handball Federation is brought into the arena for this final between France and Norway. One or other team, or both, have been involved in 10 of the last 13 World Championship finals, with Norway winning 4, France 2. Indeed, the two teams have met in 4 finals. The Norwegians having it there with 3 wins to France's 1 back in 2017. France, of course, Olympic champions, while Norway not only defending champions at the World Championships, but also European champions. So France, the first team to emerge onto court, led out by their captain, Estelle Nzeminko. One of 3 players who were winners against Norway in 2017. France, the only team remaining in the competition with a 100% record, 8 wins from 8, swept through the group stages before beating surprise package Czech Republic 33-22 in the quarterfinals, and then swept the Netherlands aside 37-28 in the semi-final. And worth noting that both France and Norway were based in the groups in Norway in this championship, jointly hosted by Norway, Denmark and Sweden. And France beat Norway, the only team to do so, 24-23 in a defense masterclass between the two teams. A superb encounter. But it took absolute focus for France. It's not an easy thing to do, and Norway are fast learners. And history has shown in these competitions, often if you meet early in the competition, meet again in the final, more often than not, the tables are turned on you. Stine Øftedal then at the head of her team, who has played over 250 games for Norway and scored over 700 goals. Norway sailed through the group stages with just the one hiccup then against France. They beat the Netherlands 30-23 in the quarterfinal, and then came from behind to meet co-host Denmark in an epic semi-final, where Valstad scored 15 goals, including all the goals in extra time that was required for them to win it. The winner, a buzzer beater. There is Lunde, legendary goalkeeper, with a record appearances over 350 times for Norway, a record. There is Herrem, the winger. 38 goals in the competition. Sanja Solberg, the twin sister goalkeeper Silja Solberg, who we expect to start tonight. In the last 2, Emily Horden, right winger, and Tale Rosfeldt-Vela. The left back come playmaker with her club, but plays right back here, as much as anything else for her defensive qualities. So there are the two teams. It's going to be another great encounter between 2 of the greatest teams in the competition. Referees for today's match: Bojan La and David Sok from Slovenia, officiating at their 8th World Championship, hugely experienced. They also refereed the Tokyo Women's Olympic final when France beat Russia. And at the back, on the high table, is the IHF supervisor for this match, also very experienced, Felix Ratz from Switzerland. The scene is set. It's time now for the national anthems. It will be France first. France.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Norway.
Huge cheer across the arena. Believe it or not, these teams have met 101 times. Norway winning 75, France 21 and 4 draws. As mentioned in the World Championship finals, they have met 4 times. Norway have won 3 and France just the 1. Indeed, they were finalists 2 years ago. And there is that marking the occasion of the 350th international for Katrina Lunde, already the record holder for her country on appearances for both men and women's teams. So France, the only team to beat Norway, hot favourites in this competition so far. But can they do it a second time? It doesn't help matters in the French camp that they've had a flu outbreak. 5 of their players in the semi-final were sick, but still took to the court. And it did the job.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
here's a look at the French team, expected to start with Valentini and Toublanc on the wings, Faupas on the line, and Zeminko, Zadi and Flip across the back, and Glosser in goal. Left winger Valentini is their top scorer, but look out also for the backs, and Zeminko and Canor when she comes on, very athletic, high jumper, while in goal Glosser has been outstanding. There is Olivier Comholtz, just returning to court, please. Thank you very much. We have a final to play. For Norway, no change either there. We expect Herrem and Skogran, normally a right back, but she will start on the right wing. And then across the back, of course, Reistad, Merck and Øfterdal. What a lineup that is. Ordal on the line. And Silja Solberg, so often the scourge of the French, expected to start in goal. Thorir Helgason, their coach. Icelandic by birth, he's been in charge of the team since 2009, while on the other bench, Olivier Comholtz, since 1998. Both veterans of their teams. Estelle Zeminko, the captain of the French team. Much will depend on her. 27 goals with a 63% success rate and 28 assists. But Henny Reistad, 47 goals, second top scorer in the competition with a 73% success rate. She scored 15 in the semi-final. The countdown being given by Andreas Mortensen, Danish astronaut, 400 kilometers above Earth in the International Space Station. And a huge cheer around the arena. And we are ready for the final. So here we go, Norway in the all-blue throw-off against France in the all-white here in the Women's Handball Championship final. Will it be the current world champions, Norway? Or will France, the Olympic champions, manage to beat Norway for the second time here, playing in the Jyske Bank Boxen in Herning in Denmark? Pray with you for this game. Wonderful atmosphere in this arena. 12,000 spectators. We understand in excess of 2,000 Norwegians have made the trip here. Oh, to the line! Brilliant save early on! Laura Glosser comes out quick and denies Ordal. So as expected then, Flip Horacek will go off. She's been used in defense to rest Zadi, veteran of the team. Here she comes. Zadi, who's carrying a bit of a foot injury on the arch and has struggled through the competition, but played on through the pain barrier. Given a break in the defensive role. Flip and Zeminko either side of her. faux pas on the line. First shot is taken, saved by Solberg. Good start by both keepers. It's gone out to the side, though. France have a throw-in. Steps inside. Zadi. And Zeminko into the wing. Valentini, and the first goal to France. Quick throw-off is taken by Norway. And Reistad equalises almost immediately. Is it going to be another one of those days for the legendary left-back for Norway? Oh, smuggled in. Horacek with a quick long-range effort. Hammered it in. Pushed up but onto the bar by Solberg. Hugely experienced Norwegian team. Include 2 triple champions already and 5 double champions. They average 125 international matches each compared to France's 66. Öfterdal. Öfterdal and Merck, who like to dive in, find a little bit of space in the defence. Öfterdal has got a nice little wrist shot. Oh, Ordal completely unmarked. Foupa raced out and left the gap open behind her. 2-2. This is all we could hope for in this World Championship final. Earlier today, though, Denmark beaten in extra time by Norway in their semi-final. At least had the consolation of taking the bronze, beating Sweden 28-27 in another exciting game. Zadi looking for the line. Foupa, a bit of shirt pulling. We're going to have the first yellow card of the game. Ordal plays for Odense. In fact, 8 of the Norwegians play their club handball in Denmark. Well known to the locals here. They're pushing up very hard onto Nziminko every time the ball is in the centre. Flip races in. On again. Solberg gets a touch but can't stop it. Flip gets her first. Reistad looks to race in. Boxed in. Merck. Meanwhile, changes happening for Norway. Bakkerud is doing the defensive duties for Öfterdal, who comes back into the centre of the attack. Öfterdal and Merck not the best defenders. Merck in the second half will be nearer the bench, and she might be the one benefiting from a substitution. Herem, no space on the wing. Brings it back out again as France go deep in defence. Foupa trying to isolate them, but instead Reistad has gone all the way around. So much room. 24-year-old scores. A nice move. Merck dragged Nziminko around, and then Reistad accelerated into the gap behind. A few defensive issues still for the French early on here. Their scoring when they won against Norway at the end of the main round in Trondheim was around 50% France, so relatively low, but it was a defensive masterclass by both teams. A bit of space, Valentini, Nziminko, Zadi, Flip. Basically thought about the spot, but that's a poor shot. And the break is on. It's going to be a ball inside because Herem went through the area and came back out again to collect the ball. Attacking foul in Nziminko. They've got to watch it here because they're going to get hit on the break. At the moment, there's a little bit of pace on the Norwegian attack as Bakkerud goes off. These two teams, past masters on the fast break. Norway have scored 47 from 57, France 55 from 73. But in the main round match, France cancelled out all the Norwegian fast breaks. They got 0, unbelievably. France only had 4 in that match. Today, though, the Norwegians have managed to squeeze a few through. Good save by Glosser, but it's gone off to the side. Lucia seems to think it's her ball, but I'm pretty sure she got a touch on it. A third save, but possession stays with Norway. Stad Øfterdal comes around, and French defence push up, and Ørdal thinks about using the space. Hand off, looking for the line. Penalty! Both the defenders, Horacek and Fopa, were inside the area, and it's a yellow card for Pauletta Fopa. 22-year-old line player, holding very high, but we'll be glad with just a yellow card. See how tough the defending is at both ends. Merck then steps up to take the penalty. She scored 11 from 15 in this championship and puts that one away as well. Nicely taken. Build-up. For the moment, Norway have edged in front. Fopa comes out. Zeminko gets a free throw. One of the 5 French players who was down with flu, missed both training sessions in the 2 days leading up to the semi-final. In Zeminko, Valentini, Flip on the ball now, together with Nokandi and Bouktik were the 6 players on that occasion. That's the first goal of the game for Alicia Toublanc. Right winger, 29th in the competition. Glosser saves, but it'll count for nothing. A foul on Reistad on the way in. Absolutely amazing player, Reistad. Her performance in the semi-final was stratospheric, frankly. And to extra time, she scored all the extra time goals, including literally a buzzer beater from 9 meters. A little like that, although it was right up in the corner. Third goal of the game for Reistad. Lobbed all the way over Valentini. France's top scorer in the competition. Now on 36 goals. Quick throw off taken into the wing. Herrem, big angle, puts it under the keeper. Huge cheer from the Norwegian fans. Both sides taking the throw off very quickly here. Well, France, although the only unbeaten team in this competition, they haven't had it all their way. It was a bit of a timid victory on the opening day against Angola by 1 goal. Nearly had a draw when the last shot from Angola came off the bar. The other 2 matches in the preliminary round, when they were in Stavanger over in Norway, were not particularly reassuring, but with every match they got a little bit stronger and always seemed to do enough. That's a lost ball by Flip. Back come Norway. Oh, sidestep, Bakkerud, and scores! Dangerous moment for France here. Coming up to 10 minutes played. And that scored. Would have been a penalty otherwise. Zeminko, the captain. First of the game. 1 goal in it. Olivier Krumholtz is also under the weather. The flu looks on, thinking about what solutions he could come up with. And change now on the line. Ørdal has gone off. Ingstad comes in instead. Storbrandt, meanwhile, has come around from the wing as a second line. Oof, ball fumbled, it's gone out of play. Flip looks up, finds Horacek and Zeminko. There's no space in the wing. Norway got back very quickly this time. Looks for the line. Some holding on Fopa. No, it came off her foot. So Norway had possession. Good attempt, but bounced off several feet, but hers first. France are going to make a change at the back, where I think Canor is preparing to come on, and potentially Nokandi to give Zadi another break. France have turned the bench very well during this competition. Defending inside the area by Horacek, who's bundled away by line player Vilde Ingstad. get to it. Hilda Ingstad is actually club teammates with Laura Glosser and Razadi and Flip at CSM Bucharest in Romania. No problem for Merck. Second penalty of the game. France with wholesale changes. The back line has been swapped over. Fleep is visibly still suffering from her flu because she's been coughing and sniffing on the bench as she was in the semi-final. They've now got Granvaux, who's technically a playmaker at Nantes, number 34, playing as a right back. Penalty, managed to turn her, and that's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Bakkerud, the defence specialist for Norway, is off. Got into trouble with Dela, number 33, who's just come on. Jumped in as well. Good work by Fopa. Horacek steps up, but she's been a bit hit and miss with penalties, 10 from 15. Scores that one, though. It's the first one, and over the shoulder.
Another goal for France, by number 22, Tamara.
Empty goal for Norway while they've got the suspension running. Nora Merck, who's had an up-and-down championship, still with 18 goals, will be at 11 of them penalties. Dela has come on for Heistad for a bit. She's getting her own rest at the moment. Fopa pushes up, Uftadal. All the way through, penalty, and a 2-minute suspension. Fopa. She comes through, a little push in the air, and that's all it takes. Not when they're in the air. They'll change the goalkeeper for France. Hatadou Sakou comes in, the Metz goalkeeper. Hasn't saved any of the 11 penalties she's faced so far. And not that one either. Merck scores the third, and the 2-goal lead stays. So France now with change. We've got Bouktit in on the line. Granvaux, as mentioned earlier, at right back with Nokondi and Canor, who immediately gets going, the 25-year-old. She's got one of the biggest jumps in women's handball. It takes off well. Her shooting can be a bit erratic. But they're right through the keeper. France within one. Intercepted, the empty goal is there, yes! And with 14 minutes coming up, they are level, courtesy of an empty goal by Chloé Valentini. Picks the ball up, throws it, with a spin on it, that was lucky, turned it back to the right. There was the steal. Both teams short-handed, remember, but it's a power play for the Norwegians. They've got the goalkeeper out, Øftedal. Scores, jumps straight back off court again, her first goal of the game. Managed to get the keeper back in quickly. So Bouktit has gone in on the line now, and Granvaux shifts to the middle. She'll be comfortable there. That's a normal position for Nantes. Nokondi has gone to the right-hand side. Drops in to try and put the block on. Canor switches back. Comes in again, well marked. Dela comes up to her very early on, and that's a free throw. France then having levelled it briefly at 9-all, but now go back down one midway through the first half. 10-9 Norway. And it's all square again now. Bouktit, 21-year-old, playing in her first major competition for France. She and Granvaux, the number 34. 21 and 20 respectively. Bouktit, who's the third top scorer in the French league for Metz with 70 goals. A great moment for her. Øftedal goes hunting, looks for the line, misses the connection. Glossaire looks for options, but good cover by the Norwegians. The wings all the way, right through. Cano! And France soak up the pressure and take the lead back again. End-to-end stuff here. Østerdal. Brilliant. The front defense fell apart a little there. Bukti didn't connect with Østerdal. And after that, they were in trouble. There was an overload. She lost her footing. Couldn't touch her. 11-all. France have scored all 5 of their last attacks. Norway have scored 3 from 2. Save rates are low. Very similar situation, I guess, when it's going at this pace. 2 saves for Solberg. 3 for Glossaire so far. Granvaux switches out. Zadi nearly dropping the ball. She's back in again. Granvaux. 20-year-old. 16th goal of the competition for her. And Østerdal, every time they're so fast coming down. France can't get organised fast enough in defence. 2 of the greatest defensive sides in handball here playing against each other. It's going to be a lot higher scoring, though, it seems, than the first game. With 24 goals so far in 17 minutes. The main round match between these 2 teams. 24-23, beautifully done. Well, Lunde goes in goal, but it makes no difference. And a team timeout called by Norway off the back of this goal here. And Cano has found the range very well here today. 3rd goal.
Løp til bunn. Ikke stopp på ny.
Nå släpper vi det for mye til her. Kanon skal ikke sitte fritt her. Vi skal ha oppå. Her er de andre, så får vi ha dem oppe. Er du med? Ja. Det er jækla viktig. Og når det gjelder linja, hvis hun prøver å splitte oss, vi må jobbe litt aktivt med det. Hei!
Linja før vi går frem.
Slippe for mye!
Refais le Yago spécial. Lulu, regarde, il faut donner à Mémé. En fait, descendant là, il renvoie à Mémé.
So just as in the first game, it's France who force an early team timeout, although not as early as the first game. They came in about the 8th minute, but still. There's Lunde, who's gone into goal. She's got a 35% save rate in this competition. Playing in the 7th World Championship, Lunde. So Dela in at left back, Majstad still on a break at the moment. Ingstad in on the line, Dela. And again a penalty. And Dela not coming in particularly fast. They'll be annoyed with themselves, the French. Good work by Ingstad, the line player. Glossaire stays in to face Merck. Merck scores again. 4 penalties. She may not be scoring much from open play. They're not having trouble from the penalty mark. Now gone past the 850 goals for Norway. Good save, Lunde. Well, they needed that. It's only the 3rd save between her and Silja Solberg, who made 2. Quick throw off. Lunde, who plays for Vipers Christiansand. Club teammates here. Østerdal, Dale, Silja Solberg in goal. All play for Hungarian champions Jur, together with the French captain Nzeminko. Breaks towards the middle, and that's a goal for Lucie Granier, who's just come on to replace Toulon on the right wing. Nip and tuck this game, slightest mistake, and it's punished at the other end. First fast break of the game. Those teams have been good at cancelling each other's breaks out. The ball's come back out again. Foppa wrestling with Öfterdal, but she got there first, with Merck rather, who got there first. And, bit of mopping required on the floor. Four wins in the World Championship finals for Norway. 3 of them against France in 91, 2011, and 2 years ago in Spain. In 2015 against the Netherlands, while France won it in 2003 for the first time against Hungary, and then beat Norway in 2017. Dela passes to the wing, that's very wide. Herren comes around looking for better territory. Merck. So picked up very well by Kanor. And flipped it back to Flip. So Horacek ready to go off. Nokondi will come on. Kanor comes off. She's done a good job. 3 goals. Doing a spell. Nokondi in the centre. France have now changed over the entire lineup. It's going to be a free throw only. Philippe looks to the referee, seems disappointed. Gets past and defending inside the area. I feel they could have got more for that. Nokondi. Fourpa's now returned in on the line after Bouktik went off. And Nzeminko, the French captain, is on again. She'll switch in a second with Nokondi to her left. Nokondi hands off. Philippe has a look. Oh! She doesn't go in for too many long-range shots. She scores, but she's taken a blow to the face. Second goal of the game for Philippe. She's still struggling. A good smack in the face as she went to shoot. Eistad is back on again now for Norway. Dela will shift from the left back to the right back, and Greistad comes in at left back. Story Hergesson tries to find a combination that delivers. Merck and Öfterdal started well but didn't deliver. That's going to be a free throw only. France will be happy with that because Horacek was inside. Absolutely deafening in the arena here. We've had a blow from the table, and I think it's because the coach pointed out to the table that Flip is in some distress after that blow to the face, bearing in mind she's been suffering badly from flu ever since before the semi-final. Oh, Eistad back at her best again. 4th goal comes on and immediately. Oh, and Flip. We see her again. Big jump and plants it superbly. So team timeout France, they're first of the game, having briefly held a 2-goal lead.
Sur Eistad. L'efficacité de prestation ici. Faut monter inversé. Sinon on s'en sort pas. Elle prend de la vitesse. Tant pis, on prend des risques ici. D'accord? On prend des risques. Là, ça travaille là et là. On va pas mourir. On va pas nous mettre par but quand même. Allez les filles, c'est bien.
Elle est finie au pire sur le tour.
So team timeout used on each side. France with some resetting. Some concern for Fleet, who's still receiving treatment on the court side, and hope that she's well. Best wishes to her. And on a purely team basis, what a big loss she would be for the team. For the moment, Grandvaux has gone back in, number 34. As mentioned before, a playmaker at Nantes, but was told you're going to be used as a right back. Well, she is number 34. And very happy with that. A little bit overawed when she came into the team very recently and sat having dinner with the likes of Nzeminko and Zadi, legends of the sport in her mind. she watched them on television, said suddenly there I am having dinner with them. Into the wing. Ragnier passes it out again. Handebol looking for the line. Passive play call now against France. 4 passes to get the shot away. Coralie Lassource comes in from the left side. It's going to be a free throw. Good defending by Dela. Handebol. Oh yes! Well, a kind of a desperate last stand shot there by Nziminko, but smuggled past Lunde. Shot around Reistad. Great result. So Norway revert to Horden now on the right wing instead of Skogran. He is technically a right back, but oh, the steal is on, and Nziminko races away and scores. 3rd goal from the French captain. Reistad chased her all the way, but couldn't catch her. Quick throw off, beautifully done. First goal of the game for Horden. And it's a 2-minute suspension for France as well. Coralie Lassource caught her in the face. And in fact, it was at the back. So France with a 2-minute suspension. Coralie Lassource says poor Philippe is still receiving treatment and came off looking extremely faint. Empty goal for France. Well, that suspension is on, and a fumble. The ball goes out of play just when utter focus is required. Glosser has raced back into goal though. Ordal is going to go in, and while they've got the extra player, it looks as if, see the falls there, they're going to switch to a 4-2 attack with 2 line players. Ball is stolen unfairly, say the referees. It stays with Norway. What a game. Coralie Lassource sent off, actually caught Dela, the back player, before she made the pass to Horden earlier. So, strong defence by France, nothing given. And nothing expected in return from them either, both teams defending superbly. Dela, whoa, attacking foul. Another player taking a knock, Nokondi, like Philippe, one of the players who's had flu. Well, they'll play, there's no way you'll keep them off the World Championship court, and there is the crash. So 25 minutes played, France leading 17-15 against the defending champions Norway. No goalkeeper, well, they put on the extra attacker. Nokondi, penalty. Nokondi, who by her standards has had an average championship so far with 10 goals, at a 42% rate. There's always the final to bring out the big game. The penalty will be taken by Horacek again, her 2nd of the game. The Nantes back player. Puts that one in the top corner. 3-goal lead for France. Well, it means absolutely nothing. Norway was 6 goals down against Denmark in the second half in their semi-final. Stormed back. They led for the first time in the last minute of normal time before Denmark equalised. Oh, 2 sides of the square, and it stays out. And that'll count as a 4th save for Glosser. A lot of space in the end for midriff. Didn't need the replay for that one. A chance of Norge across the arena here from the Norwegian fans trying to lift their team. But Norway can soak up the pressure. They will stay calm. Whatever happens, they always do, and Nokondi again, this time breaks through for the goal. Good spell by France. But they had a healthy lead in the main round match when they won by a single goal in the end. Right up to the death. Norway will fight and look for solutions to come back. There's never any panic. Ystad attacking foul again. She runs into the two defenders, Horacek and Valentini. Ystad, the second top scorer in the competition, again with an attacking foul. Well, at least the good news is that Laura Flick is back sitting on the bench now, having been treated for some time. But I'm sure that Kumholz will think, I'm not really going to use her unless I really have to. Good save! Lunde. 350th international, great day to do it. Ystad. Oh, the break is through, stumble into the wing, Holden. Second of the game. Scoring. Cuts the lead back to 3 here. We've got about 2 minutes of the first half remaining. Canor is back on with Nokondi in the middle and Granvaux. Different lineup across the back than they had at the beginning. On the left wing, Valentini, as we know, has been back in, not only because of a defensive skill. That's a penalty and a sanction to follow. Dela stepping into her. That's a 2-minute suspension for the Odense back player. Gets past the... and look at that step. Oof, caught her in the thigh. Clumsy effort. Change of goalkeeper, Silja Solberg comes back in again. She's saved 5 penalties in this competition so far. That's put away well. Horacek, who's had a mixed bag of success on the 7-meter line in the competition. So far, so good for her. 1.5 minutes to go. So change on the right side with Horden coming off. Ingstad, or Skogran rather, goes back in again, and Merck has returned to the fray too. Waits on the far side. Ystad! Penalty, caught inside. They've got to pick her off earlier. They've got to come up. It is difficult. Ystad with a good height and shooting over the top, while Merck and Uftedal go for the breaks. And she is inside. Well, she started from outside. There wasn't much in it in the end. Merck against Glusser again. And scores! 5 penalties now for Nora Merck. Back to within 3, but we're well inside the last minute before the half-time break. France 3 to the good, but know that that is far, far from enough to feel comfortable. It's everything we want at a great final here. Granvaux back in again, and Zeminko switches. Canor is looking for space, but closed down very quickly. That's good defending by Norway, and a passive play call against France. Clock has been stopped again. Zeminko, Granvaux into the wing. Decent angle, clips the post wide. Toublanc, who's come back in for Granvaux on the Granier rod on the right wing. Oh, no one there. And there goes the buzzer. And in an entertaining first half, quite a few mistakes on both sides. And it's been a good defensive display. The score at half-time in the final, France 20, Norway 17. Well, an incredible first half, played at a cracking pace here. Two teams who know each other only too well. And earlier in the main round when France won, and they won a friendly before that, admittedly, with a very different looking team, experimental teams. The last World Championship encounter between these two, of course, was the final 2 years ago when France had a 6-goal lead, and then suddenly in a 22 spell, Norway turned the match on its head and went on to win 29-22, leaving the French shell-shocked on that occasion. 79% success rate on their shooting for France, very, very high. Norway 77%. They've all scored all their penalties, and 2 fast break for France, none for Norway. They've managed again to isolate them, the French. But the goalkeeping saves, 4 for Norway, 18%, very low, and 4 for France at 19%. It is very much more at the moment about the breakthroughs and the goals, and here's how it's going at the moment. Quite a different game to the first one. The blue dots at the bottom are Norway. They took the initiative initially, then France came back, and that middle spell was very, very fruitful for the French. France then 2 fast breaks, 3 penalties. They missed a couple of breakthroughs though, and 1 empty goal. 2 scored from the line. The wings getting some service, but a missed shot on each side, and some good long-range shooting, Canor in particular. But Flieper's joined in on that as well before going off sick. And we'll wait and see how she is. For Norway, no fast breaks in this first half. France have done well to cover the wingers all the time. Merck scoring all 5 penalties. Their breakthroughs have all gone in, and the 1 long-range shot went wide. Just 1 from the line from 2 taken, and the wings not seeing a lot of opportunity to shoot. The 1 opportunity on each side, though, taken well. Some long-range shooting from Reistad, but just the 2 so far. 2017 to France at the break. We're going to take a break as well, but join us again for the second half. We'll see you then.
it's called. Yeah. So we're going to use 4 or 5 people and we're going to pick one winner. So spin the wheel and let's find out who's the lucky winner of the Pizza Lucky Wheel.
So let's see who the participants are. There's number 1, and number 2, number 3, and number 4. So let's see who is the winner going to be. It's exciting, yeah. Who's it gonna be? We have a winner. Let's see who it is. It is the Swedish fan. So we are on our way to you with the prize.
Congratulations. You want to see what's in the bag? It's a bag in a bag. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We will be back with more fun and games in a few minutes.
Welcome back to the Jyske Bank Boxen in Herning, and half-time in the women's handball Handball World Championship final. France leading the defending champions 2017 at the break. Henny Reistad for the Norwegians has scored 4 from 4 and stood out, but then has struggled a little bit with finding space for a while. Then she had a break, came back on and immediately scored a cracking goal. Horacek at the other end, 4 from 4 as well, although 3 of hers coming from the penalty line. This a complete contrast to the first game between these two teams that ended with a 24-23 win for France. The score at halftime then 12-12 in a display of incredible defense by both teams. Here today is completely the opposite. It's a superb display of attacking handball, pace, fast play, opportunities taken well, and the goalkeeper struggling. For the Norwegian keepers, it's 4 saves from 23, a 17% save rate, while at the other end, mostly Glosser, 4 saves from 21 with a 19% save rate, very much on the low side. Both coaches, master tacticians, will have had a lot, I'm sure, to say at half-time. This should be an intriguing second half. As mentioned earlier, a 3-goal lead is absolutely nothing in this game. It can all disappear so very quickly. It's certain to say that both teams have worked hard on sorting out how to break down the opponent's defense after the last game, and they're succeeding extremely well at both ends. So France throw off the second half of the final here at the Women's Handball World Championships in Herning, Denmark, leading the defending champions Norway 2017 at the break. France who resumed with almost the same lineup as the first half, and immediately Toublanc gets a second. The only difference is that Flip, who took a knock and was having trouble breathing in the first half, has been kept out. Toublanc hangs well, opens the angle. Flip did warm up with the team, and she is one of 5 players we know struggling with flu on the French side. Norway the same. Reistad, Merck and Øftedal have started at the back. Change of keeper though for them. Oh, how did she do that? Did very well to catch it, Valentini, but couldn't stabilize herself enough. And Lunde makes save number 5. Valentini, shrug of the shoulders. Her club teammate at Metz, the French champions, with that long pass to her. But she had to take the shot immediately, right up against the line. On the wings, Herem is still there. Merck races in. Øftedal, attacking foul. The French have been good defensively at closing the gaps, at least there. They've drawn 3 attacking fouls from the Norwegians in the first half, and here early on in the second, which is good going. France making more adjustments at the right-back position where Flip came off. And now it's Deborah Lassource who goes in, the Paris 92, technically a playmaker, another right-hander. Flip is their only left-handed back player. Zeminko, too many steps. Øftedal, Bakkerud still on. Decent attacker, Bakkerud. Oh, fumbled the ball. And away goes Zeminko, puts it wide. Oh, those are mistakes that could come back to haunt them. And they strike back immediately. Øftedal, before she could get back in defense, gets her 4th goal. Now that's why they had to put in Deborah Lassource. It's as if they didn't have enough problems at right back. Now it's Granvaux who's getting treatment on the hand injury. Zadi shifts left. Faupas goes in front of her. Faupas again. She's trying to put the block on for her. She's saying, give me the ball. Turns, but it's a free throw only. What a change from match in the main round, as said, which was a defense masterclass. Here today, we've been treated to an attacking masterclass. Penalty, faux pas. She's been asking for the ball again and again, and we've got a 2-minute suspension. She may have put faux pas in the face. Ingstad stands her ground initially. Well, pulling from behind, I think, is more the problem, but so it's not Ingstad, in fact. I think he's got the 2-minute suspension. It's Batteru. Second suspension of the game for Norway, and that's a problem. Their defense specialist is one suspension away from a red card. Horacek steps up. Lunde playing mind games with her at the back. And it works! She saves. She stood completely to one side. The referee even had to go over and say, "What are you doing?" Read it very well. So empty goal for Norway. Well, they've got the extra player. France has switched to a 5-0-1 defence. They're individually marking Reistad, but that's danger for them. Merck and Øftedal with space. They suck the defence in. Herrem takes the shot. Sacco got a hand on it, but there was too much power on it. It goes right through. They're back to within 2. And another penalty is won by France. Quick breakthrough by Deborah Lassource. Horacek goes around, and I'm not sure if she was going to pass back to the line. So with the last penalty missed by Horacek, Buktic steps up to take it. Her record is a bit patchy as well in this championship. 1 from 3 penalties scored. Oh, soft one, but it goes in. And Lunde, wrong-footed, starts to go one way and immediately she just drops it down the other way. Sacco in goal for France, taking over from Glossaire. Sacco playing her first World Championship for France, but she played in the World Championships in 2019 for Senegal. Øftedal, Merck. Oh, the breakthrough, hesitates and has to come back out again under pressure from Nzeminko. Back to full strength again now, Norway. France go back to a 6-0 defence, Øftedal. Oh, she's found her range, and this could spell danger for France. Those lovely long-range efforts. Horacek responds in kind, though, for France with her 5th. And off. Space. Hammers it through, and suddenly it's all go again. Whistle's gone. It's so noisy in the arena. 12,000 spectators. You can hardly hear yourself think. That was a lovely handoff. Deborah Lassource going off a little too early, was out of position. Great play. Great block on the line. Norway scored 4 of their 5 last attacks. France only 2. Zadi, Nzeminko. Oh, slipped by Nzeminko, and referees just stopped play for a second to mop the floor. This is being played at an intense pace out here. It's really, when the attacks fail, there's a foot sliding away. Right in front of Batteru. Zadi. As I'm sure Philippe will have said to the coach at half-time, "I'm feeling better, coach, you can put me back on again." He will be very reluctant. She looked extremely unwell when she was taken off. What a loss, your only left-handed back player. But meanwhile, over to the left side, Chloé Valentini gets her 4th goal. Looking for the line, stolen unfairly, say the referees, and it's a free throw for Norway. Furpa has a word with the Slovenian referee. It was the steal, but she was holding on. She felt over-dramatised. Mundial goes for a chat. The assistant coach as Kano prepares to come back on again. He's starting on the line for Norway. Eistad comes around, looks for options. Oh, was that more than 3 seconds? Sharp intake of breath on the French supporter side. Eistad hits a roadblock of French defenders, gets a free throw. Passive play call now, though. 4 passes. It's often all that Eistad needs. Merck. And the referees are giving a 2-minute suspension to the French captain and Zeminku. Spectators don't like it. Did she catch her high? Well, she did. It does look like a hand touched her throat briefly, but that's all it needs. Frustration for France. Good opportunity here for the Norwegians to hit back. Captain stands up and urges on her defenders. Hold firm. 2 minutes. Merck. Furpa comes out. They're so good at that, France, trying to isolate the ball carrier. Push out and mark the other players. Öftedal into the wing. Oh, good save, Sacco. Playing only her 13th international. She arrived in Norway at the World Championships with just 4 international matches under her belt. Needed that. First save of the game for her. Furpa, they've taken out the keeper for the moment, put on the extra attacker. Zadi comes back out again. Deborah Lassource back again. Passive play signal's going to come soon, I'm sure, as Ingstad brings Lassource to a grinding halt. Zadi, good defence by Norway at the moment. Furpa couldn't turn. Excellent work. Passive play is there. Kano takes it. It goes wide. Nothing given. Sacco racing back in goal again as the Norwegians stream forwards. Öftedal. Merck, a bit of space there. She can work with the line. Pushed wide. That's fine. It runs the clock down, but they still have 25 seconds on the power play, Norway. Öftedal. Shot taken. Saved by Sacco. That was very opportunistic, unnecessarily so, on a power play. Having to shoot almost across her body. Second save by Sacco, maintains a 3-goal lead. And Norway had rather wasted that power play as France managed to maintain the scoreline and are back to full strength again. Horacek on the attack now. Zadi has a break. Kano comes in, they come out fast, they know the danger with her big shot. Kano, who plays for Rapid Bucharest in Romania. She comes again. Oh, lost the momentum. Into the line, Horacek brings it out and more passive play. And Furpa wins another penalty. She had to reach out to take the ball a long way in front of her. But then got it through Ingstad and up to the 6-meter line. Dari Hergesson doesn't look too happy. Almost does. Change the keeper. Solberg comes back in again. Bukit comes off the bench to take it. Different tactics, so close. Solberg gets a hand on it, but it's not enough. And that's the second goal now for Bukti, who races off. Past the 10-minute mark now with a 4-goal lead for France, but they will be acutely aware of Norway's ability to soak up pressure and then hit you late. They've been on the receiving end. Oh, so close, Foppa. A terrific championship, 7 steals in the competition so far, 1 here today. And Bratseth Dale, who's gone in on the line for Norway, gets more of the same treatment after replacing Ingstad. Herem comes around, tries to put a bit of a block on to create space. Reistad! Foppa tried to get up, but got there late and pays the price. The Esbjerg back player lets rip with another long-range effort. Block on the line, Merck holding another one back. France on the attack again, 3-goal lead. Tori Hergesson considering his options. Norway, who've had an incredible record in the World Championships. 4 goals, 4 silvers and 3 bronze. France with 2 wins and 4 silvers. Passive play call against France. 2 passes used already, it would appear, but of course that's down to the referee. Caption on screen is just an indicator. Canor, that's saved. Scooped up by Bakkerud, and back they come. Øftedal looks up, doesn't fancy her chances and decides to slow it. Lunde getting the saves going here now. 6 saves, 38%, that's fine. After a free-flowing, attacking first half, the defences and the goalkeepers are starting to get into their game here. France attacking foul. And another chance goes begging, and you'll be punished for that because the Norwegians come straight back. Sacco saves, but it's a free throw. Foul on Øftedal. Slow setup. Bratseth gets the instructions, drops back in on the line. Quick switch, Merck giving it back to Reistad, tries to go through, then pass to Bratseth Dale, who's well marked. Second half suddenly becoming much more of a fight with the defense. Øftedal, Reistad, penalty. Deborah Lassource caught inside the area. Reistad doing the damage once more. She was the saviour of Norway in the semi-final against Denmark. The second French defender was already well inside. Lassource, and yeah, she takes the ball in the face. Merck with an impeccable record, 5 from 5 penalties scored in this match, is waiting to take it while a discussion goes on between Herem and David Sop, one of the Slovenian referees. Sacco still without a penalty save in this competition. And still so, Nora Merck gets her 7th, 6 of them penalties. It's a tall order when you play Norway. You have to control the big shots from the back by Reistad, the running plays of Merck and Øftedal, and all the fast breaks. Fast breaks have been good. Norway haven't had any. Reistad, though, is finding a way through the French defence. She's on 5 from 5, and there is Deborah Lassource receiving treatment after taking that ball in the face on the last attack when the penalty was conceded. Into the line. Foppa turns and scores. First goal for the 22-year-old. Reistad comes in close. Ball is stolen. Play on, says the referee. Support is needed. Valentini. Good defense. Twice now Norway have stopped France when they've had a real opportunity to overload them on the counter-attack. Was there contact though? Cuts back inside Valentini, but she just needed to be confident to pass it back to the captain behind her. So free throw is going to be taken. Long discussion between Nokandi, who's on now in the center, and Fopa. Bravo, who had her hand strap, right thumb. That's off the foot, say the referees. Back come Norway, midway through the second half. Into the wing. Skogran, and another penalty. Fopa, as ever, in the thick of it. Cuts inside, does well, takes two defenders around. Well, comes around, she stepped on the line. Reistad now. Oh, and it's saved, and maybe the change was not such a good idea. Merck, who scored all the penalties so far, on the bench. Reistad takes it. Sacco saves her first penalty of the World Championships. Great celebrations by the French keeper. It's still more of an attacking than a defender's day here today. Nokandi! Fantastic save, Lunde! Point blank. Horacek racing on. Oh, sidestepped. Bakarud. Second goal of the game for the Ikast back player. And Zeminko returns. Nokandi shifts left. Whistle's gone already. Granvaux will come back. What a moment for her. 20 years of age, only 6 international matches under her belt, and suddenly she's at the World Championship with all her idols that she watched on television. And she's played a huge part in helping France reach the final. On the ball now, back to the center, and Zeminko, the captain, goes inside. Bravo! Penalty. The defender inside the area. Lunde's save counts for nothing. There's the sidestep. 13 penalties already in this game. Bukti comes off the bench. Dela returns on the right-hand side, maybe to bolster the defense. And Lunde again to the rescue. Brilliant. 8 saves for Lunde. Well, 2 years ago in the final in Spain, it was Solberg who broke their hearts initially, then Lunde came in, played a huge part as well, and Krumholtz thinking, oh dear, it's Spain all over again. Dela. Into the wing, huge angle, Heren scores! Third goal of the game. Heren. Horacek. France have had their chances, some fast breaks, a couple of penalties, come away empty-handed, and those are the chances that come back to haunt you. Nip and tuck this game. Couldn't have wanted more excitement if you tried. Into the wing. There's no space there for Coralie Lassource, older brother of Deborah Lassource, who was playing at the back. Passive play call. Granvaux takes a shot. It comes off the defense. France have the ball. Well, unfortunately for France, he just managed to work into a good position. And that's a timely team timeout. Krumholtz, just before the shot's taken, presses the button. Second team timeout for France.
Continuez à courir du jeu, les filles, d'accord? Avec des actions tranchantes, avec des feintes. On isole au milieu. Okay. Paris
Paris. Ok, on fait Paris-Brest P3. Après, Paris-Brest.
Il reste combien de passes là? Deux passes.
Oh, on fait un coup franc. D'accord? On fait un coup franc P3. Coup franc P3. Orlane.
Mais tu sors, Orlane, tu rentres. Orlane, tu rentres.
Det kan komma tillbaka till det kantkryss och vända bollen här. Bara lite obs på det på Dora. Men håll kontakten.
De har to pasninger. Alle stopper rett ut.
Well, as ever, Tore Gerson, the Norwegian coach, cool as a cucumber in that team timeout. But they are very chilled all the time, the Norwegians. You never get a sense of panic with them. It's more about let's work on the problem and find solutions. RM having a good game here, 3 goals so far. Cano! Oh, long-range effort. Express delivery from the French back player. 2-goal lead opens again. The wall is on. Squeezed in. Oh, Sacco, and that's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Öfterdal says that was high. And it's Cano this time who goes off. Seems bemused. Around the neck again. Öfterdal happy with that. So power play for Norway, haven't always used them well as Cano starts a suspension. Bakkerud comes back into the attack and they switch to a 4-2 with Ingstad and Bratseth Dali on the line. Oh, missed the connection. And a let off for France. Oh dear, Merck can't believe it. What was she thinking? It was quite a long way away from Bratseth Dali. She was screened off. No goalkeeper for France at the moment. They put on the extra attacker. We've got less than 10 minutes remaining. Nokondi Granvaux comes back out to the captain and Zeminko. Trying to go in the middle to draw as much as he can, and Granvaux! Not bad for a right-hander from that angle. Oh! And Bratseth Dali looking for Heren. Didn't see Granvaux coming back from scoring. She hands over possession to France. And this power play being well and truly wasted. A horror on her face as she realised. And Granvaux, a goal and a steal in 15 seconds. 9 minutes to go. France still with the empty goal. Granvaux again, gets the free throw, and that's fine. It runs the clock down on the suspension. She'll be in no hurry to come back. 20-year-old playing with great maturity here, and a few anxious faces on the Norwegian bench. Zeminko tries to release the ball. They're getting the goalkeeper back in now, and they've used too many passes. Sacco is in goal. Oh, and again, is that intercepted? It wasn't. Did very well indeed, Holden, to hang on to that. Right winger, plays for Győr in Hungary. Club teammates, of course, with the French captain and Zeminko. It's going to be a free throw for Norway. The French hoping to get another attacking foul. It's not called against Bakkerud, though. Bratseth Dali comes out, drops in, and another steal. Fupa! What a game she's having. Merck makes the pass. She read it all the way, came out and just got there first. Just puts that pressure on, and Merck again. One poor pass to the line on the power play, followed now by that. The French trying to take their chances, but it's still far from over. Oh, beautiful, and Granvaux again. Went in on the line, then snuck in behind the defense. Look at her come. No one picked her up. And that brings another team timeout for Norway. It was a lovely goal and a nice assist by Feminino.
Vi har ikke råd til å kaste bort ballen. Vi trenger å spille oss til sjanser I hvert angrep vi har. Det er enkelt. Gjennom et skikkelig spill som vi setter her.
Første den var Nordsjælland.
Ja, ok. Nordsjælland første. Bakover.
C'est tout de suite avec Orlan. Et Orlan qui renverse.
On prend pas de contre-attaque non c'est pas.
Et tu croises avec Orlan et Orlan
On
renverse.
essaie de pas prendre 2 minutes non plus. Allez.
What a contrast in the two halves. After 23 minutes in this second half, France have outscored Norway 9-8. At the 23rd minute of the first half, it was 16-14 to France. The second half seeing huge improvements in defence, some saves from the keepers, and the whole match dynamic has changed. But for the moment, France are just in front. Still no panic, though, from Thorir Hergarsson. He's gone back to the starting lineup across the back. Bystad, Mørk and Øftedal. Skogran's gone in on the right wing. Ingstad's on the wing. She comes around, on the line, rather. Mørk tries again. That's stolen. The French are on. Lofted ball. Oh, off the bar, and yet again, those chances. They could rue them at the end of the game, France. Øftedal breaks through and scores. And what could have been a nice lead for the French, instead is cut back to 3. And that could disappear in the blink of an eye with Norway. Could have been their biggest lead yet. But no point crying over spilt milk. They have to get on with it. Cano back to the line. Foppa being held. A little shove by Bradset Dale. Foppa who plays for Brest, and a bit more cleaning required. Sweat on the ground from the spectators. 12,000 spectators being treated to a brilliant final here. But then these two teams always deliver the goods. Olympic champions France against world and European champions Norway. What kind of billing do you want? Kumholz looking distinctly more nervous of the two, but I'm sure that Hergarsson, inside, his heart must be beating at 100 miles an hour. France who've had to play the end of the first half and most of this second half without their only left-handed back player, rather, Fleep. After taking a knock in the face in the first half, then struggling to breathe by all accounts. Into the line, Foppa. Good defence. 3 players close in on her. Norwegian sandwich. Passive play call, Bradset. And Zeminko tees up. Hands off. Bravo to the line. That's knocked away. Good play, and Herrens away. Gets the ball one-handed and scores, and they are on the comeback. This is the moment that France have got to dig deep with 5 minutes remaining. Beautiful pass by Lunde, impeccably delivered. Fast breaks, France wasting 3. That's normally bread and butter stuff for them. Of course, many of the Danes staying with the Scandinavian theme here, supporting the Norwegians. That's a free throw. And maybe forgetting that 2 days ago, when France beat Sweden, in doing so, they also booked Denmark's place at the Olympic Games in Paris next year, doing the Danes a huge favour. Granvaux. Oh, yes, again, 5 for Granvaux. The player who 6 months ago didn't know she was even going to be in the national team is now joint top scorer in the final. 4 minutes to go. Can France hang on? Corinne Hergerson looking on. Will he be tempted to go 7 against 6 at some point? Around comes Skogran. Handed to, oh, what a pass! Penalty. The save counts for nothing. Ingstad fouled in the act of shooting. What a brilliant pass to her by Merck. That was sublime. Breaks away, but the defender's got her foot inside the area. So after the last miss by Reistad, we are back to Merck, who has an impeccable 6 from 6 so far from the 7-meter line in this match. Sacco steps up, but Merck scores. Merck with 8 from 10 now. Brings Norway back to within 2. Who's being kept in defence but being used very wide. That's why, in fact, Skogran is there, number 7, playing out of position in attack so that she can cover in defence on the switch, as Öfterdal is still the player being substituted defensively. Valentini. Rambo is now in a better place. That's a good block. That's going to be a free throw for France. And Norwegians remonstrate because it looked like a perfectly good block. Canor comes around, passive play call against them, hand off, Rambo, difficult for her to take the turn, she's got to come in sharp, being a right-hander, but when she plays in a normal position in the centre, goal number 6. And a save by Sacco, and it goes out behind, a huge save, 2 minutes to go. Skogran comes away empty-handed. France will be very mindful that Norway didn't lead in their semi-final against Denmark until the very last minute. They crept up on the Danes from 6 goals down to take them to extra time and win it on the buzzer. France, very mindful, need to make this a very, very long attack. A goal now could well seal their 3rd title. Or will Norway come back and break their hearts? Foppa, free throw only. The clock still runs on relentlessly. Clock is definitely not Norway's friend here in this game. Canor tries to get free. That's an attacking foul. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Norway, though, need 3 goals just to tie the game and keep the French out. Öfterdal comes on. Merck. We're into the last minute. They almost don't seem to realise the urgency, and the ball is stolen. The keeper is out. Lunde races in, but France won't throw it. They're going to run the clock down, and amazingly, France are going to do it. Twice in a row at the World Championships. They beat Norway in the main round, and now they're going to take their 3rd world title. Team timeout called, and the tears are starting already. Alicia Toublanc in floods of tears being helped to the timeout. They've got to stay focused.
Aider le porteur de balle, d'accord? Tu sors, Estelle, tu y vas, d'accord? Estelle, Mémé, Léna, Pauletta, toi et Alicia. Et aider le porteur de balle, ils vont essayer de gratter, d'accord? Portmanship, c'est bon? Et après, il faut prendre des OL.
Well, Zadi, who's been there and done it before, together with Flip, injured in the first half, and Nzingo, who were world champions against Norway in 2017, as we see that costly mistake again. Reistad fumbling the ball, and it's recovered. France, such an important year for them. The Olympic Games next year in Paris. They are, of course, the defending champions, as are the French men's team. And they are about to once again add the world title to their trophy cabinet. A slight problem with the prop, but it's sorted. Here we go. And the song, so appropriate, We Will Rock You, and the French certainly have. And they have shaken the Norwegians. Valentini trying to do a little bit of showboating, that's inside the area. The Norwegians have almost given up. There's no pace in the attack. They know the game is up. It's going to be celebrations for Les Bleus. The bench has started already. Öfterdal hands it off, and there it goes! And France are the new world champions. They have beaten defending champions Norway here in the final in Herning by 31 goals to 28. Incredible scenes. Tears are flowing. And for Norway, Bakkerud and Setterøen, who didn't play today, the only two players who hadn't won a major competition for them, but for France, their goalkeeper Sacco playing in a first World Championship for her country, along with line player Bouktit and Lena Granvaux, the playmaker who covered the right-back position for Flip and scored 6 today. Doreen Hergarsson, so close. Norway seemed to come back and the danger signs were there. Flip on court, and it's commiserations for Norway. But they got the tactics right in the first half. Both defences were completely neutralised by an offensive display by France. It was already 2017, unbelievably, between these teams at the break. It slowed down dramatically in the second half, where it was 11-all in the end in the second half. More like the opening game between these two teams in the main round. Ziminko, who along with a few of the French players will have bragging rights when they go back to their club, and Ziminko's club teammates with Öfterdal, and Bratset Dalic and Glosser, who played 2 incredible matches in the main round Norway encounter and then the semi-final, and Sacco, who came in the second half and made 4 saves of her own. And Granvaux, what a moment for the 20-year-old. Coletta Fopa, massive game in defence. For Doreen Hergarsson, it wasn't to be. And smiles all round for France with their 3rd World Championship title, the 2nd time they have beaten Norway in the final in 7 attempts. France, who went into the semi-finals with the record of having never lost a semi-final and maintained that, to beat Sweden comfortably. Today it was harder work. Sacco embraced there with Camille de Buzet, the reserve keeper, who played just 1 match, but played her part. And then Ziminko, the captain, still trying to take it in. Ziminko, who's now twice world champion, Olympic champion and European champion. And Nora Mørk, who didn't have the best of games today, struggled to find pace, but good defence, let's be honest, by the French. Didn't give a space, Öfterdal either. They're still scratching their head. They've never showed any sign of panic, but France somehow just managed to keep them at bay, even spoiling a few fast breaks and penalties that should have been good opportunities for them. And poor old Fleep, who's still in pain with the nose where she took a blow, but she, one of 5 players, into playing with flu this week. Valentini, who's had a superb tournament, 4 goals here today, 38 in total over the course of the competition, and tout blanc there spotting friends and relatives in the crowd and gesturing to them. So Norway lose one of their titles. They remain European champions, but France now world and Olympic champions. Norway never in control in this game. The French always managed to just stay in front. Bouktit celebrating the very first championship at the age of 21, together with Granvaux, 20. What a moment for them. So we are getting ready now for the presentation ceremony. Oh, it's hard to take it in. Alicia Toublon, in her second World Championship, she was part of the team at 13 of the French players here when the losing team 2 years ago against Norway, when they thought they'd had it, and Norway surprised them. Tears are flowing. Poor old Stina Skogran is unconsolable on the bench. Teammates rallying around her. It is hard to imagine the level of emotion and intensity of a match like this in a final. Skogran is a world champion 2 years ago, and indeed back in 2015. So the teams will be ushered off as the preparations are made for the medal ceremony. Fleet, who took that blow and was struggling, as we said, with the flu. He was struggling to breathe all of a sudden. A worrying moment for the team. Referees did well to stop immediately when the bench pointed out that they had a player in trouble. She recovered well, but quite rightly, Kumholz deciding not to put her back on court again in the second half, much as he would have liked to, as his only left-handed back player. But what a moment for Lena Granvaux, once again, to step into the limelight and play with huge maturity. Norway, who had a chance to be 5 times world champion here if they had won, and stand alone at the top of the tree as the team with the most titles, currently on 4, together with Russia. France instead have now crept up within 1. Benzeminko saying, can you believe it? And a big, big hug. Handebol, one of the great heroes. And Horacek, who's had a great tournament, done a lot of in defence, scored 5 today, mostly from the penalty line. And Zadi, real character in the French team. With Toublon. Zadi, the entertainment officer of the French team, we're told. She's the one who keeps the fun flowing. So France, what a nice way to finish the year prior to your home Olympics. It will be a great source of comfort to them, and indeed pride in what they have achieved. France, who started slowly in the competition, but as you say, they do what they have to do, and don't push the boat out. And Norway played them in the last match of the main round when the two came together. The odds didn't seem to favour France, and suddenly they pulled out the most incredible display. Both teams defended superbly. It was a 50% success rate only on their shooting. But here today, the first half was all about attack, and the second half was all about defense. Smiles all round, and Ballantini struggling to control the tears. Bouktit, in her first major competition for France, a 21-year-old, together with Sacco. And at the moment that France realised they'd pulled off another great win and taken another great title. Fantastic scenes. So they've gone right through the championship, undefeated France, winning all their matches. Norway, 2 defeats from the 9 matches, both against France. And slight change of tactics, but each time the teams adapted. It'll be something for the memory book for these players as Zadi and Gloser race to embrace Sacco. And somewhere underneath all of that is Hatadu Saku. What a performance, and they wasted a few chances in the second half on fast breaks. And on the line, you thought, oh dear, is that going to be it? Is that going to be the moment where Norway capitalise and punish them? And Norway did close the gap, and at one point, 26-25. That was just about the last time they got sight of the French as they pulled away and just kept a good enough lead. Norway, the first time maybe in this championship, showed signs of real pressure in the second half. I talked about Norway being fast learners. They won't let this slip. Instead today, France showed real character. What a great achievement for Pujols in his last World Championship as coach of France. He will retire after the Olympics in Paris next year. And he will go out on a high with his third title, and he has coached them to all of them. Sackle with a message for all who listen. So now it is time for the medal ceremony.
From Germany. And finally, the MVP of the World Championships is Henny Reisdal from Norway.
Ceremony now underway here in Hen.
the new official World Women's Handball Championship trophy. Dear handball fans, we are ready for the winner's ceremony of the 26th IHF Women's World Championship.
And please welcome our officials awarding the prizes. For the bronze medalist from
Presentation
the
party
IHF
will make its way on the court now.
and from the organizing committee, it will be Morten Stig Christensen from Denmark. For the silver medalist from IHF,
That is the trophy. It has all been about a brand new trophy here for this Scandinavian World Championship hosted jointly by Norway, Sweden and Denmark here at the end.
Medals from the IHF, it will be Dr. Hassan Mustafa, and from the organizing committee will be Morten Stig Christensen.
And now please clap your hands for our medalists. First off, the team of Denmark.
So there will be a big cheer. Denmark, who earlier today beat Sweden 28-27 in an equally intense match, bouncing back from that heartbreaking extra time defeat to Norway when Reistad scored on the buzzer at the end. And poor old Handebol, we saw the line player coming on. That knee injury she picked up in the semi-final.
Welcome to France.
In fact, I tell a lie. It was actually in the quarterfinal. Here come France. Oh yes, still buzzing with excitement. Had time to run back to the changing room, and they're all looking ecstatic, quite rightly, at their incredible achievement. They did something really special today with forcing 18 turnovers out of Norway, one of the stingiest teams in that respect. That is some achievement. And another great memory for the French. So for Norway, always the hardest, of course, of the three medalists. The one team that has just come back from a defeat. The greatest team in the history of the World Championships. 4 golds, 4 silvers and 3 bronzes in 22 appearances before coming into this championship. They can now add another silver to that in this 23rd appearance. After Dal, who knows quite a few of the French players quite well. She played for a while in France for Ici Paris.
Before we hand over the medals, please welcome the president of the IHF, Dr. Hassan Mustafa, for the official closing speech of the 26th IHF Women's World Championship.
So before the medal presentation, it will be the closing speech by the president of the International Handball Federation, Dr. Hassan Mustafa, who makes his way to the center of the court.
Good evening. Good evening. I declare the 26th IHF World Championship Women's is over, and France is world champion.
That gets a cheer from some parts of the stand.
In the name of International Handball Federation, I want to give our gratitude and congratulations for the French team, and also very good performance from Norway Handball Federation and the team of handball. I want to give my thanks and gratitude for all the 3 teams, or 3 federal federations, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. They did a very good job, organized an excellent World Championship for the women. Thank you so much for you.
Well-deserved congratulations to the Norwegian, Danish,
I
and
want to
Swedish
give my
federations.
gratitude also to our sponsor, our partner, and a special thanks for the volunteers who are working day and night to make this successful championship.
And they have been outstanding to the volunteers.
Thanks
in all
for the three countries. Thanks for you. I want to give, I don't like to forget to give my thanks for the teams, all those 32 teams that already participated during this World Championship, and it was very good performance from them. And I want to, in this event, I want to give the teams, it means players, trainers, referee, officials, they did a very good job during this World Championship. I wanted to give my congratulations to all of those people that already working with us during this World Championship. A special thanks for the spectators, all of you. Thank you so much. You already make this World Championship very success. Without you, we can't to reach this image. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. Congratulations for the teams that already will take part also in the Olympic Games, Paris 2024. Thank you so much and have a nice evening.
So of course, these championships, as the President mentioned, were also about Olympic qualification and all the quarter-finalists making it through to Paris 2024 qualification tournament.
Starting with the bronze medal.
The medals will be awarded by
of course already qualified for the Games as hosts, and Norway as European champions already knew they were going. But France's win in the semi-final over Sweden, which was the other semi-finalists and the team that finished fourth, meant that Denmark were automatically qualified for Paris. They won't have to go through the qualification tournament. So France doing them a big favour. As the first set of medals comes on court. Presentation of the bronze medals to be made to Denmark by Anna Rapp, the International Handball Federation treasurer, and Morten Stig Christiansen, president of the Danish Handball Federation. Handing over to his own team. A huge cheer, great achievement for Denmark. It was such heartbreak 2 days ago with that extra time defeat in the semi-final, but they bounced back superbly, controlled the bronze medal playoff for most of the game. But Sweden came storming back and never got there, and Handebol, the player who picked up that injury in the quarter-final. Defense specialist.
Tia Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt is now collecting the goalkeeper. Elva.
Christina Jørgensen.
Christina Jørgensen. Huge role as well in that team. But they've done a great job, not only with the bronze medal, but with the organisation.
Simone Petersen.
Mie Højlund.
Emma Vries.
Competition running in Frederikshavn in the north of the country and down here in Herning.
Elma Halisevic.
Julie Scaglione.
Scaglione at the end of the line.
Jesper
the young rising
Jensen.
star Danish handball, Jesper Jensen. The coach who couldn't quite believe it 2 days ago in that semi-final. They came so desperately close.
Jansen.
Christina Christensen.
Mentioning
Miguel Juler.
Sweden, who hosted couple of groups as well in the preliminary stages, and then in the main round they hosted Group 1 in Gothenburg with their own team there. They packed the crowds in for the home games, 10,000 spectators. And then to Norway, it was Stavanger and Trondheim who hosted.
Big round of applause for the team of Denmark.
So Denmark are bronze medalists.
Now it's time to welcome our silver medalists on the podium. The medals will be awarded by IHF official Joel Deplan and organizing committee from Norway, Kåre Liu. Put your hands together for the silver medalist at the 26th IHF Women's World
Presentation
Championship,
party
the team
now
of Norway.
For the silver medal for Norway, presentation to be made by Joel Delplanque, the IHF first vice president, and the president of the Norwegian Handball Federation, Per Liot.
Maria Davidson.
First touch, at least for the Scandinavian hosts, that their own president is there alongside the International Handball Federation representative to present medals. Lunde, who played a 350th match just behind Joel Delplanque today. Unfortunately, not a memorable one in that sense, but a great achievement for the twice world champion already.
Vilde Engstad.
Nora Mørk, who looks deep in thought. 7 penalties in an 8-goal haul today. And, oh dear, don't want to lose that. Eistad alongside her, who played a big role today, had her moments, but in the end France just managed to restrain her enough. She got 5 from 6. In the second half, the defense tightened up. Vatsetali there, who was called into the team.
Maja Sæteren.
Olivia Nygaard.
A strong defensive role, but also on the line. And, Solberg, you just saw.
Aina Emaus.
And Tori Hergersson. Probably doesn't help, of course, that words of comfort coming from the French first Vice President Joel Delplanque, but a real gentleman will have the right words. And it's still a great achievement, a silver medal. They are still the standout team in the World Championships in that respect, but on this occasion, France managed to get the better of them and just hang on. You were always expecting the Norwegians to turn that corner and suddenly storm back, as they always seem to manage. They soak up the pressure and then they catch you napping right when it counts. But today France managed to keep the pressure on, despite a few mishaps of their own. 9 turnovers. It was manageable to a great extent because Norway had 18 of them.
And now, the moment we have all been waiting
this is it now.
Time
Sense
to
of
award
anticipation.
The champions. The gold medals will be handed over by Dr. Hassan Mustafa from the IHF and from the organized committee, Frederick Rapp.
Please welcome the world champions 2023.
So the presentation party for this will be Dr. Hassan Mustafa, the IHF president, and Frederick Rapp, president of the Swedish Handball Federation. And France are the new world champions. They have unseated Norway and taken their 3rd title. And a great moment for them as they step onto the podium.
Laura Glosser.
Nora Glosser, who's had some incredible performances in this championship
Alicia
against Norway, and in the quarter and semi-final.
Coralie Lassour.
Razadi.
Oceane Sachin-Nubulin.
Laura Philippe.
The 2 Lassource sisters,
Olane
Coralie and
Valor.
Deborah next to each other, 8 and 23.
Horacek.
And joining France on the podium,
Deborah
number
Lassour.
29, Oriane Ondono, who played a couple of matches, but sparingly. Huge smile from Hatadou Sakho, who's clearly reveling in that moment. And then Pauletta Foupa, number 26, just 22 years of age, and now a European, Olympic and world champion. Youngest player ever to put on a French shirt at 17. And next to her, Zadi, at the other end of the scale. He's gone past the 170 international matches for France. And already European, world and Olympic champion, now a double world champion. And Philippe takes the medal, number 20 there, who had that anxious moment in the first half when a blow to the face, I think, coupled with the severe flu she's been struggling with, left her completely breathless, and she had to be seen to and didn't play any further part in the final. But teammates pulled through. Quick look at the medal, and the tears have not stopped for Alicia Toublanc. Horacek. And 34, Léna Granvaux, the 20-year-old, in her first major competition for France. And then a special one for Olivier Krumholtz, who's taken all three of the titles for France as their coach in 2003. Gets a big hug from Dr. Hassan Mustafa. Krumholtz, who will step down after the Olympic Games in Paris as France coach.
The only thing missing is the trophy for the IHF
Amandine Leno, the goalkeeper coach, a great player and a world champion with France herself. Played over 250 times for them.
Welcome back the president of the IHF, Dr. Hassan Mustafa.
There will be celebrations a long time into the evening, and so Dr. Hassan Mustafa is having the trophy brought to him. Morten Stig Christensen.
And here you have
Frederic Rapp. So here we go, the French captain steps up, and Dr. Hassan Mustafa hands over the trophy. You got to do this properly.
France.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Once again, give a big round of
Oh, you can always count on France to be ready for the occasion. Anyone would think they rehearsed this and thought they might just win it. The new world champions, France. An epic performance here. A lot of people thought, well, Norway learned their lesson in the group stages. They'll come back hard. Well, they did. They came back very hard. But France stood their ground, and they did enough. Champions of the world. Now, this party is going to go on a long time into the night. There will be a few weary heads in the morning. Undefeated. 9 wins for France on their way to taking the title. Had their moments when they struggled. Scraped wins against Angola. And then had a patchy performance against the Slovenians, but in the end, and Granvaux, can you believe it? 6 months ago, got the call and was told, come and train with us. And there she was in the team with all the heroes that she's been looking at on television. And now she's a world champion. It's the national anthem of France. special, special moment for the French.
And to excite was the motto of these championships. We can truly say that all 32 teams delivered.
The three of them, of course,
So many emotions.
Zadi, Flip and Nziminko, now double world champions. Both times they did it against Norway, and Pummels saying, look what I found. Apparently we won it. You two have been down with that flu. Now France, the worry was in the semi-final with 5 of them down. Would it spread? Would it get worse? But, with the final to play, no one wants to stay away. And they all found those extra reserves.
For the handing over of the IHF flag, we will have the 3 presidents from the organizing committee: Morten Stig Christensen from Denmark, Kåre Liv
Now
from
getting ready for the
Norway,
handover of the IHF flag from the organisers of this edition of the World Championships to the organisers of the next, which will be jointly hosted by Germany and the Netherlands. So, Morten Stig Christensen of Denmark, Kåre Liv of Norway, Fredrik Rapp of Sweden, the 3 presidents, hand the flag back to Dr. Hassan Mustafa of the International Federation. He will turn and hand it to Andreas Mitchelmann, president of the German Handball Federation, and Roel Goffin, president of the Netherlands Handball Federation, for them to host in 2 years' time. Tradition, of course, has to be met. And so over to the new organisers. Congratulations to Denmark, Norway and Sweden on organising an outstanding championship. They've done a great job. The volunteers at every venue have been fantastic. Thank you to all of you for a job superbly done. It's now all over, and all that's left to do is for the celebration party. And there they are, the new world champions 2023. It's France. Well, we hope you've enjoyed these championships with us. Thanks so much for watching. And we hope we'll see you again very soon. But as we leave you with the scenes of celebration, that's it for us here in Herning. Until next time, from me, Paul Bray, and all the production team, goodbye.